How often do you think about your heart health? Are you aware of the risks of cardiovascular disease? Well, let's dive into the heart of the matter. Cardiovascular diseases, encompassing coronary heart disease and stroke, claim the top spot as the leading cause of death in the United States. Particularly at risk are blacks and Hispanics in underserved communities. It's a sobering reality, isn't it? But there's good news. Cardiovascular disease is largely preventable. Stay tuned to learn how you can keep your heart beating strong. Heart Smarts, a health program, is here to empower you to live a heart-healthy lifestyle. This program is not just about information, but about transformation. It offers a comprehensive approach to help you understand and achieve heart health. Heart Smarts is committed to reducing the incidence of cardiovascular disease, the leading cause of death in the United States. The program focuses on underserved communities where the risk of heart disease and stroke is greatest. Through education and empowerment, Heart Smarts aims to turn the tide on these statistics. It's a call to action, a call to change, a call to live healthier, longer lives. Heart Smarts is about arming you with the knowledge and tools you need to make heart-smart choices every day. It's about the power of prevention and the promise of a healthier future. Remember, Heart Smarts is not just a program, it's a life-changing journey. It's about taking control of your health, one heartbeat at a time. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to these stories from people who have benefited from Heart Smarts. Imagine being told you're at risk for heart disease, a leading cause of death in the United States. Now picture having the knowledge and tools to combat that risk head-on. For people like Maria, a single mother from an underserved community, Heart Smarts was a beacon of hope. The program informed decisions about her heart health, ultimately reducing her risk of cardiovascular diseases. And then there's John, a middle-aged man who was once a prisoner of his poor lifestyle choices. For him, Heart Smarts was not just a program, but a lifesaver. It opened his eyes to the risks he was taking and gave him the push he needed to commit to a healthier lifestyle. These are not just testimonials, they are life-changing stories. Stories of empowerment, resilience, and triumph over heart disease. These are real stories from real people who have seen the impact of Heart Smarts in their lives. Are you ready to be the next success story? Your heart health is in your hands, and with Heart Smarts, you have the power to make a difference. It's time to take that first step towards a healthier lifestyle, a step that could redefine your future. Heart Smarts is not just an ally, it's a beacon, guiding you to make informed decisions for your heart health. So why wait? The path to a healthier heart is just a click away. You'll find the link to Heart Smarts right down in the description below. Start your journey towards a healthier heart today with Heart Smarts.
Dive into the world of Fullmetal Alchemist, where the 7 deadly sins are not just abstract concepts, but living, breathing entities with unique characteristics. Imagine a universe where the cardinal sins of humanity are personified into formidable beings with personalities as complex as the sins they represent. These are no ordinary villains. They are the 7 deadly sins, born from the dark science of alchemy. In the realm of Fullmetal Alchemist, each sin is unique, with its own origins and twists on the traditional interpretation of their respective vice. Lust is not merely desire. Gluttony is not simple overindulgence. Envy is more than jealousy. Greed extends beyond avarice. Sloth is not just laziness. Wrath is more than mere anger. And pride is not just arrogance. Every sin is a puzzle piece, each contributing to the grand narrative of the series, each a mirror reflecting our own flaws and potential for darkness. Are you ready to delve into the darkness and explore these embodiments of sin? Let's see who we meet first. Our first encounter with sin brings us face to face with lust, the embodiment of lasciviousness. Lust makes her entrance into the series as a femme fatale, draped in mystery and exuding a sense of danger. She's an enigma, a character whose motives remain shrouded in secrecy until the very end. One of Lust's defining characteristics is her cunning nature. She's a master manipulator, using her allure and charm to bend others to her will. Her role in the storyline is pivotal, as she often serves as the catalyst for major events. Her actions, driven by her insatiable desire for power, set off a chain reaction that significantly impacts the course of the narrative. Her manipulative tactics and relentless pursuit of her goals make her a character that's both feared and respected. Lust, a symbol of desire taken to dangerous extremes, sets a chilling precedent for the sins to follow. Next, we find ourselves in the grasp of gluttony, the embodiment of insatiable hunger. Our introduction to gluttony paints a picture of a character who is paradoxical in nature. He possesses an innocent, childlike demeanor, yet his monstrous appetite is anything but. His name is no accident. It reflects his insatiable hunger, a hunger that consumes everything and anything, without discrimination or pause. But gluttony is not just a mindless beast. He plays a key role in the narrative, often serving as the muscle for the homunculi, a group of artificial beings. His loyalty to Father, the leader of the homunculi, is unwavering, highlighting his dog-like obedience to those he perceives as family. His relationship with lust is especially noteworthy. Despite his simple-mindedness, he shows a deep attachment to lust, further emphasizing his childlike characteristics. In gluttony, we see the horrifying consequences of indulgence without restraint. His existence serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of unchecked desire. Our journey continues with envy, the embodiment of bitter jealousy. A creature of duplicity, envy is introduced with the ability to shapeshift, a power that allows him to sow discord and confusion among his enemies. He's a puppet master, pulling strings from the shadows, reveling in the chaos he creates. His role in the narrative is not just one of an antagonist, but also a catalyst for conflict, notably his pivotal role in the Ishvalan War. Now let's delve deeper into Envy's character. His name is not just a label, but the crux of his existence. He harbors a deep-seated resentment towards humans. This jealousy isn't just surface level, it's an intrinsic part of him, rooted in his inability to comprehend human connection and compassion. He's a mirror that reflects the worst parts of envy, illustrating how resentment can lead to destruction and despair. Envy, with his venomous jealousy, reminds us of the destructive power of resentment. Now we come face to face with greed, the embodiment of insatiable avarice. In the grand narrative of Fullmetal Alchemist, greed is introduced as a character driven by an insatiable hunger for worldly possessions. His relentless pursuit of wealth, power, and immortality is as part of his essence as his carbon-hardened skin. Yet beneath this self-serving exterior, greed is a complex character with an intriguing arc. Unlike his fellow sins, greed often exhibits a rebellious streak, openly defying the plans of the series' primary antagonists. His role gradually evolves, shifting from a ruthless antagonist to an unlikely ally. But perhaps the most compelling aspect of greed's character is his unexpected transformation. Over time, his relentless desire for possessions morphs into a longing for companionship, revealing a deep-seated loneliness. This shift culminates in a selfless sacrifice, a poignant testament to his character development. Through greed, we learn that even the most selfish desires can lead to unexpected redemption. Moving forward, we encounter Sloth, the embodiment of indolence. This colossal being, despite his immense strength, is characterized by an overwhelming sense of lethargy. It's a curious contradiction, isn't it? The irony of Sloth is that he is the most physically powerful among the 7 deadly sins, yet he is also the most apathetic, often expressing his desire to avoid work at all costs. His most significant contribution to the story is his monumental task of digging the nationwide transmutation circle. An undertaking of such magnitude requires extreme dedication and determination, qualities that seem to be at odds with Sloth's inherent nature of indolence. But it's through this labor that Sloth unwittingly becomes a pivotal piece in the grand scheme of things. Through Sloth, Fullmetal Alchemist takes a deep dive into the consequences of idleness. The character serves as a stark reminder and a cautionary tale of what can happen when one neglects their duties and potential. In Sloth, we see the tragic results of neglecting one's duties and potential. Next, we confront Wrath, the embodiment of uncontrolled rage. Wrath, also known as Führer King Bradley, is a force to be reckoned with in Fullmetal Alchemist. He's a man of power, a leader who commands respect and instills fear. Yet beneath that composed exterior lies a seething fury, a rage that fuels his every action. Unique among his peers, Wrath possesses the ultimate eye, an ability that grants him extraordinary perception and accuracy. It's this power that makes him a formidable adversary, allowing him to predict and counter his enemies' moves with deadly precision. But it's not just his abilities that set him apart. Wrath is a strategist, a mastermind who executes his plans with ruthless efficiency. He's a testament to the destructive potential of anger when it's allowed to run rampant, when power is left unchecked. His role in the series is critical, driving the narrative forward and forcing the protagonists to confront their own limitations. Wrath, with his explosive anger, shows us the dangers of unchecked power and rage. Finally, we meet Pride, the embodiment of arrogant superiority. Pride, the first homunculus created by Father, holds a unique status among the 7 deadly sins. He is not just a sin, he is the eldest, the most powerful, the most feared. His abilities are truly terrifying, controlling shadows that can slice through anything, making him a formidable adversary. As the narrative unfolds, we see Pride's arrogance on full display. His dismissive demeanor, his condescending outlook, his belief in his own superiority, all these characteristics paint a vivid image of an individual consumed by pride. He views himself as supreme above all, a perception that ultimately leads to his downfall. His arrogance blinds him, makes him underestimate his opponents, and overlook their strengths. He fails to see that power isn't everything, and that there's strength in vulnerability. In Pride, we see the downfall of one who sees himself as above all else. These 7 deadly sins, each unique in their manifestations, bring to life the dangers of succumbing to our darkest vices. From the seductive allure of lust, we've learned that desire can be a powerful and destructive force. It can lead us astray, compelling us to seek satisfaction at any cost. Then there's gluttony, the embodiment of insatiable hunger and want. His character teaches us the perils of unchecked consumption and the devastating consequences of never being satisfied. Envy, seething with jealousy, serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of resentment. It shows us how such feelings can warp our perceptions and lead us to destructive actions. Greed, on the other hand, illustrates the dangers of unchecked ambition and the desire for more. His relentless pursuit of wealth and power showcases the pitfalls of avarice. Sloth, the epitome of laziness and indifference, warns us about the dangers of complacency and the loss that comes with a lack of motivation. His existence is a testament to the harm that can come from neglecting our duties and responsibilities. Wrath, fueled by anger and vengeance, is a powerful example of the destructive force of unmanaged rage. It teaches us how unchecked anger can lead to devastating consequences and the importance of managing our emotions. And finally, there's Pride, the most dangerous of the sins. His arrogance and superiority complex remind us of the dangers of an inflated ego and the importance of humility. But these characters are more than just embodiments of sin. They represent the darker aspects of our own nature, the inner demons we all struggle with. They serve as a cautionary tale, a warning of what can happen when we let these vices take control. In the end, Fullmetal Alchemist's 7 deadly sins serve as a mirror, reflecting our own potential for darkness and the importance of resisting these destructive urges. Through their stories, we are reminded of the power of self-control, the value of humility, and the necessity of maintaining a balanced life.